Hey guys, so today on CS I'm going to be showing you a number of tips that are along the general theme of doing things faster in Counter-Strike. That's being more efficient, doing things quicker, and ultimately doing them better. We're going to be going through throwing 2 flashbangs quicker, switching to a weapon after throwing a grenade faster, throwing multiple different nades quicker, climbing up and down ladders quicker, and dropping from a high place to a low place without taking damage, and dropping the bomb immediately without switching to it. We're also going to be looking at buying with the keyboard and buy binds, defusing the bomb immediately once you're close enough, and finding the bomb in the smoke. I hope you enjoy it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is throwing, say, 2 flashbangs, one after the other in quick succession, okay? So when you throw a flashbang, it's going to go, and it's going to throw the flashbang, then you get your primary back out, and then you've got to switch back to your flashbang and throw it again, okay? But with the bind that I have, you can throw a flashbang, and then immediately throw another one like this. And you can throw it before the other one's even popped, right? And the way that works is with this bind here. And the way this bind works is that after throwing the flashbang, you need to switch away to another weapon and then back in order to cancel the flashbang throwing animation, which is what the use weapon knife is for. Without that, it will still play the whole flashbang animation. So it's important that you have that in there in order to quick switch. So you can throw it, then hit the button again, and throw another one straight away. So the second tip is along the same lines as the first one, and it's basically how you can shoot faster after throwing a grenade or a flash or something. So let's see what happens when we throw the grenade and then just leave it and try and shoot. Just keep clicking mouse 1. So we throw the grenade, we keep clicking mouse 1, and we shoot at the same time that the flashbang pops. So we want to improve that. We're all about doing things faster. So to do that, what you can do is throw the flashbang and then press the key bound for your primary weapon, which in my case is 1, which gets my primary weapon out. So I'll throw the flashbang, and then as soon as it's left my hand, which is important, that's when you press 1. So the flashbang goes, I press 1, and I can shoot 3 or 4 shots before the flashbang's popped. But it's really important you wait until the nade has left your hand, and this will come with experience, because the timing is important. Because if you try and throw it, and then... Well, that was perfect. But if you try and throw it and switch too early like this, the grenade isn't going to actually throw. But if you do it right as it throws like that, I got maybe 6 shots off. The 6th was right as the flashbang popped. So that's really important for pop flashing, for example. You can throw it in and follow it in and stuff. Be able to shoot straight away. So this next tip builds on the previous 2 and has 2 main benefits to it as well. So a lot of the time when people are trying to throw a grenade, say they want to throw a smoke, they'll have to push 4 3 times in order to get the smoke grenade out. To cut down on that, to make that a lot faster, what we do is we bind a specific key to a specific grenade. So for example, these are mine, so if I press mouse 3, I get out a flashbang. Or if I press V, I get out a smoke straight away, so I know exactly what's coming out. Also, say you didn't have one of these, if you press V, nothing would happen, so you're not going to be able to get it out. This then leads on to the second part of the tip, where if you want to throw multiple grenades, multiple different nade types, quickly in quick succession, you can do it using these binds that you've just made. So if I pressed mouse 3 to get a flashbang out, and then threw it and immediately press V, I can throw these grenades really fast like this. Because I've pressed the button to get them out. Whereas if you had to try and do it a flash and then a smoke using the buttons, sorry, a smoke and then a flash using the buttons, you'd have to get the smoke, and then you have to cycle all the way back through to the flash, and it takes ages. Whereas with the binds, I can just do a smoke and straight away a flash. So the next 2 tips are all about moving up and down faster, specifically ladders and dropping from heights. So the first one's going to be ladders and the movement speed on the ladder. So you see when we go down the ladder normally, it's quite slow, or if we go down like this, it's quite slow. And we can speed that up by actually going onto the ladder and then turning sideways and pushing. If we're going up the ladder, you push up and towards the ladder. So this, I'm pressing D to go up and A to go down, or you can press W to go up and S to go down. So the way you go up is to press them both. So you go forwards and you strafe while looking sideways. So that's W and D or S and A, and that makes you move. It looks like twice as fast up the ladder. So keeping along the trend of going up and down quickly, we've got dropping from a high place without taking damage. So when you come down, if you're going to drop through this just normally, you're going to take damage. So I took 8 there because I wasn't moving too fast. I didn't jump or anything. It's based on how long you're falling for. So instead of taking damage with that drop, what you can do is actually surf on slanted surfaces like this pallet here. So you can surf along it. So what I did is I came down and I surfed down straight onto the floor. And it doesn't count as falling, but you don't take full damage. And that basically negates it. And you can do that from any height. You can then land on a surfable object like that, and you won't take any height. So if you're coming out, you can either do it Whoa, that was strange. You can either do what I did, run out and just tap S as you leave, like that. Or you can do the fancy way of actually coming through and doing a jump and a little wiggle like this, which looks cooler. So there's a second way to prevent fall damage, and that is by landing on a ladder. So if you come down like this, you won't take any fall damage if you land on a ladder, no matter from what height you land on it. So providing, say there's a ladder next to the drop, what you can do is swing around and touch the ladder right as you get to the end. There used to actually be one on the very old train. There used to be a ladder here and you could jump straight down to the bomb site onto this ladder, but that's gone now. And as for train, for this jump, you can use this thing. If you have a knife out, you can just run and you'll surf off this slanted edge. But if you have a gun, you'll need to jump to actually make that. Or you could just jump straight onto the spool and carry on going. So that's an easy way to get down from the top of train too. So what else can we do quickly? Well, one of the things we can do is drop the bomb with a single key press no matter what weapon we actually have equipped at the moment. So the way you do this is with this bind. And how it works is that it switches to the C4, instantly drops it, and then will switch straight to your primary weapon, as that's what you've got left. That's just the default what it will switch to when you drop. So you can see if I'm running along, and I have the bomb and I need to drop it to a teammate, I can quickly switch around like that. And the bomb gets dropped, just because I hit the key. So it's a really good way of just quickly dropping the bomb, without having to switch to it and then drop it. So at the start of a round, when you're buying weapons, you go into the buy menu, and maybe you want to get MP7, so you get SMGs and MP7. A slightly faster way of doing that is to use the numbers that show, so then 3-2 buys an MP7. But even faster than that, it's just buy binds. So you press a specific key to buy a specific weapon. I use this website from DatHost to build my config for buy binds, and you can see it here. These are the keys I have bound to what weapon. So I mainly have them all in the number pad except for the grenades, which are on F5 to F8, and that allows me to really quickly buy a full nade set like that. I just hit all 4 keys, and then I can buy like an M4 and some body armor and a helmet and a diffuser, and I'm fully keyed out already. And it just takes seconds with buy binds. Equally, if you're on an eco round and you want to buy pistols for your team, you can really quickly just buy a bunch like that. Get them all down and everyone's able to just quickly grab them, and it's much faster than, say, trying to buy them like this. This takes a lot longer, and if you've got precious seconds at the end of a buy round of the buy timer that you need to quickly get these weapons down, it's just such a faster way of doing it this way. So these last 2 tips directly relate to defusing the bomb as a counter-terrorist. The first one is how to defuse the bomb in the quickest manner when approaching it, so the fastest way to actually begin defusing it when you're running up to it. And the simplest answer is just hold E as you're approaching the bomb, and as soon as you're within range like this, you're going to be able to begin defusing it straight away. So the second tip for this is when there's maybe a smoke grenade on the bomb and you just can't find it running around trying to get it. What you can do is using this bind, turn these on, and you're going to be able to find exactly where the bomb is based on these tips. Thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully these tips will help speed your game and make you a more efficient player. If you want some more tips, just click the videos on the right. The top one will teach you a bunch of defusing tips, such as how to scope and fire whilst taking a defuse, and the bottom one explains what makes great bomb planting positions to make it easier to defend from a CT retake. Cheers guys, and thanks for watching.